Let's start with the big story that we are tracking this morning, where voting has begun and is presently underway in Russia for the presidential polls, which is in fact expected to confirm Vladimir Putin as president for yet another 6-year term. Now, voting started in the easternmost parts of the country, and Putin's aides are in fact targeting a landslide victory of at least about 70% of the vote, with a turnout of more than 70% that is expected through the day. Now, a better result than the 4 presidential elections held during the last 18 years, the country has in fact been under control of Vladimir Putin. Now, Putin is already the country's longest-serving leader since the Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin, and a victory here would mean that a Putin-led Russia until 2024, after which he constitutionally is obliged to stand down unless he decides to again amend the constitution. The President Vladimir Putin has in fact dominated Russia's political landscape for well over 18 years, ever since he was appointed by Boris Yeltsin, and today's election is all set to give him a commanding and also a predictable victory by the end of the day. Now, the majority of voters see no viable alternative to Vladimir Putin. He has complete dominance of the political scene, and none of the 7 candidates, the other candidates registered to run, pose any sort of a threat to Vladimir Putin. Now, the visuals that you are in fact seeing are from the year 1999, the time when Vladimir Putin had in fact been first appointed as the president. Now, the first politician in several years to challenge the Kremlin's grip on power, Alexei Navalny, has in fact been barred from the race because of a corruption conviction which Navalny claims was fabricated by the Kremlin. He is in fact calling for a boycott of the polls, saying that it is undemocratic and a complete farce, and deploying supporters to collect evidence of anyone who could potentially be rigging the ballot to inflate the turnout and support for Vladimir Putin. Now, the debate over how to counter Vladimir Putin and the state of the Russian democracy has in fact proven to be a fractious one in the ranks of the country's political opposition. Now, some opposition figures argue that persuading the anti-Putin voters to come forth and boycott the election will be a boon, in fact, for Kremlin.